The Dallas Cowboys should trade George Pickens. Diddly diddly dink. Do what now? As Jimmy Johnson used to say. This is a brain exercise, so don't panic. This is not on the front burner. It's not on any burner. But in the next few weeks, we might discover that maybe it ought to be. I'm Mike Fisher, your trusty and trusted reporter. This is the Fishbowl. That is the Star. Cowboys trying to pull their tail from out between their legs, lick their wounds, and handle a Washington team that comes to town with their own problems right now, led by Jaden Daniels, who's kind of limping around a little bit and trying to get everything fixed, and Dan Quinn, your old friend, who you wish was here right now so he could fix this defense. Thank you for the many of you who are, in the last couple days, jumped like wildfire onto our Cowboys coverage. Exclusive. We're so proud of it at fishsportscowboys.substack.com. Also, thanks to ProfitX, America's #1 sports prediction market, a peer-to-peer sports prediction market where users play against each other instead of against a sports book or the house. Looks and feels just like a sports book with way better odds. Find the link below, use the promo code FISH, and claim up to $200 in profit cash on all plays for the first 30 days playing on the site. Terms and conditions apply. Now, what about this Pickens thing? Why in the world would you trade George Pickens? Maybe they should trade George Pickens. Yes, you heard that sentence correctly. And I assume for 76,000 fish heads in Cowboy Nation, you're going, wait a minute. This is a get. This is a success. We got one right. We've helped him. We've fixed him, if you want to call it that. Or he's fixed himself and helped himself, or maybe there never was a problem in Pittsburgh in the first place. Maybe he just got a bad rap and a negative narrative. But the idea, as we sit here today, of trading this incredibly productive wide receiver, it's brain melting. It seems counterintuitive. Or if you want to skip the 25-cent words, it seems stupid. But stick with me here. This concept is suggested and kind of, again, as a thought exercise by Cowboys insiders on 105 Through the Fan, Broadus and Woolchuck. And the premise goes something like this. If the Cowboys in the coming weeks, as we approach the November 4th NFL trade deadline, expose themselves to be a non-contender and a have-not, whatever that is, expose themselves to be a team, to quote Broadus, not going anywhere, maybe you become a seller. Maybe you entertain the idea of trading George Pickens. We've spent a lot of time here talking about being a buyer. That some teams in the NFL are going to look at themselves as we approach November 4th and go, listen, we're going to make the playoffs, or we can make the playoffs. We can win in the playoffs. We have this hole. We have this need. Let's go be spenders. Let's go be buyers. Well, obviously, there's a flip side of that. We've talked here about, hey, Dallas could call Miami. They might be a seller. Hey, Dallas could call Tennessee. They might be a seller. And on and on and on. You might be them. The flip side can be true. You're sitting at 2-3-1 now. If you get to the deadline and let's just say you lose to Washington, lose to Denver, and beat Arizona, just for the sake of this conversation. Now you're 3-5-1. Does that make you a seller? Dak the other day said, hey, I've started a season 3-5 and made the playoffs. So yeah, I know. But you need to be honest about your look and feel. Not just the record, but your look and feel. As we sit here today, as the look and feel of the Dallas Cowboys one that's going to go beat playoff teams, you got to be honest with yourself about it. Part of the concept, as we have this discussion, George Pickens' value might be at an all-time career high. He was spectacular against Carolina. 9 catches, right? 1 touchdown, 168 yards. And just everything he did was noticeable and notable and noteworthy, physically and emotionally, and the number, it was all there. What a waste. That it didn't manifest itself in a win. You put that in pairing with the lack of carryover, quote, behavioral baggage from his time with the Steelers. That's the reason they dumped him last spring in exchange for a third-round pick. George Pickens, GP, would figure to be a hot commodity. DallasCowboys.com, by the way, asked him, what's your nickname? You got any nicknames? And he said, Jorge. Some people call me Jorge. That's his nickname? Like my nickname's Miguel? Oh, whatever. Contractually, Pickens' value here or there or in the league, it seems to be rising with every passing week. He's slated to be a free agent, obviously, after this year, next spring. At this moment, he can argue, I'm playing like a $30 million wide receiver. We said the Cowboys can claim Pickens and Lamb. We don't have a wide receiver one, wide receiver two. We're both it. And he's showing that. There are ways for the Cowboys to keep him, of course. In addition to signing him to continue alongside CeeDee Lamb, pricey, Lamb at $34 million APY, George at whatever. It's also worth noting that the franchise tag will be available. I think the franchise tag for a receiver in 2026 might be around $27 million. You could do that. You want to pay that for a number 2 receiver? Number 1B, whatever you want to call him. Jerry has expressed optimism about keeping Pickens, and Pickens is certainly happy here. But that salary cap pie, Mr. Mack, that looms. So the Cowboys need to spend the next couple of weeks trying to look and perform like a playoff team. Don't give up. Don't quit. Don't throw in the towel just yet. Go beat Washington. And then you can evaluate again. Go beat Denver. And now we're having a different conversation. But if they fall short of that, Jerry Jones and the Cowboys will face a major look in the mirror moment, and they will face 3 options. Option number 1, recognize that Dak Prescott, playing with Lamb and Pickens, makes this offense capable of being the NFL's best on offense. So somehow, some way, retain Jorge long term. This is a special thing. Option number 2, let him walk and settle for your future comp pick. 3rd round? Get back what you gave? Option number 3, admit that the 2025 Dallas Cowboys ain't going nowhere. So, swap him while he's hot. Trade Pickens while he's hot. Get a primo 2026 NFL draft pick. Get it now and start working towards the future. Those are the 3 options. Trading Pickens in the coming weeks would signal a waving of the red, no, not a red flag. We already got enough red flags. It'd be the waving of the white flag. Doing that clashes with what I know to be the philosophy of the eternal optimist Jerry. So I don't think he'd do it. My question for you, and I obviously, and always, as we do Fish Sports live, however we do it, I read all the comments. I don't think Jerry would do this. Would you do this?